The America's Cup over the last 10 years has moved on massively. You know, if we think back to Valencia and those great big monohulls that you raced in, it's obviously been a challenge not only for the sailors and the level of fitness and the type of sailors that are racing, but also a challenge for your kit requirements on the boat. But we're talking about your personal kit, the sailing gear.
Yeah,
just make some comments.
That's right. That. Well, it's changed, you know, immeasurably when you, as you say, when you look back to the monohull days and a venue like Valencia, and you know, it's very lightweight materials, but also most of the time the sailors were quite dry and in a reasonably, relatively safe environment, whereas now these boats that we're sailing around, these foiling multi-hulls going up to speeds close to 50 miles an hour, it is seriously high impact, very wet at times when the boats crash down, and the safety requirements are so much higher than they ever have been previously. So, you know, working with Henri Lloyd, our kit has developed to the point now where our life jackets are designed to be, of course, very aerodynamic. That's absolutely critical when we're going at such high speeds. The drag penalty is that much higher. So the kit has to be very aerodynamic, and also it has to be able to hold all of our safety equipment. So we've got spare air, we've got knives, we've got impact boards, and most of that is going into the life jacket. But then also, you know, the challenges of sailing in Bermuda, which is going to be a very hot environment, and when the heart rate is as high as it is for the guys working out and grinding, you know, we need to have kit which actually protecting them, not overheating them, and is aerodynamic as it can be. So working with your team at Henri Lloyd, I think we've developed some fantastic kit that the guys are very, very happy with, and it's performing well, and it's going to put us in good stead for Bermuda.
Fantastic. I mean, you really hear when you, obviously not when you're watching it live, but when you're watching on TV live, you hear the puffing and panting. Not from you don't. Really
just exasperation from time to time.
Yeah, you used to hear a bit of that from you when you used to sail the fin, but from the guys on board, it's incredible the exertion you hear on these boats.
Yeah.
And they've got to make the right decisions as well, and what they should be doing. It's incredible.
Yeah, well, it is. I mean, the races now last between 20 to 25 minutes, so a lot shorter than they ever used to be, but the intensity is absolutely flat out. The guys are working pretty much at their maximum heart rate the whole way through the race for 20, 25 minutes. And when we finish a race, you see that most of them just collapse on the trampoline, gasping for air. And so it's a good sign that they've been working pretty hard.
Henri Lloyd, we've supported you since you were a teenager, since the youth squad days when you're with Mr. Saltonstall. How important has it been for you to take us with you onto this America's Cup adventure? Well,
you're right, it's been an amazing relationship. I think back to the youth squad with Jim Saltonstall, as you mentioned, and then all those Olympic Games starting with 96 and onwards. So for me, it's really felt like being part of the Henri Lloyd family and building that relationship with you and the rest of the team over many, many years. It's been a real privilege to have been involved. And of course, when we set this new British America's Cup team up, you know, is absolutely the only choice we really could make in terms of our kit supply because of that relationship. Not just because of that though, because, you know, my opinion, and having worked with Henri Lloyd for over 20 years now, knowing that you can have that technical relationship with the designers to actually get the kit that you need, not what somebody else thinks you should have, yes, but actually it's a two-way design process. And you know that we've seen that now with the kit that we have for Bermuda next year in the America's Cup. It's absolutely what our guys want. They've been very heavily involved in that design process,
very much so,
and that will make us a much stronger team for it.
Yeah, I mean, we've been delighted to continue. Obviously, we've now known each other a long time, and it's going to be great to be involved over in Bermuda.
Yeah.